Hello family, welcome back to my channel. Gracefully at thee. I want to welcome you today into another beautiful segment with my very self, gracefully at thee. Today we're going to be talking about parental care, but I'm going to be analyzing it in two different dimensions for we young ones that are coming up, so we can be able to understand the meaning of parental care. A lot of us are missing it. A lot of us has missed it for too long. Like I said, I'm going to be dividing it into two different dimensions in two different ways for we to understand the meaning of parental care. But before we go into our topic today, remember with my very self gracefully at day is a place we motivate you to see things in a positive dimension, and as well we encourage you and will make you to believe that your yesterday can never be better or greater than today, because today is always a fresh start to do something unique better than what you did yesterday. That's the more reason why today we're going to be analyzing the meaning of parental care. A lot of us are missing it. A lot of us has missed it for a very long time. And I want to be analyzing it today so that we can be able to reframe and to get the understanding to know the meaning of parental care. A lot of us, we are good at talking, but bringing it into action, we are never there to bring it into action. We are not having our own kids. The same thing is a routine. The life is a ball. You just keep rolling, rolling. Giving birth to become a mother or to become a father is not enough. Becoming a parent is never enough without the care of a parent. And as well, remember, that child someday will grow up and as well to become a parent also. That's the more reason why I told you I am going to be dividing it into two different dimensions that we need to understand. The more reason why, as a human being, you must know that you are a parent. You have a child today, you don't have a child today. Someday, somehow, you are going to become a father and a mother. But you need to understand the meaning of parents. As an individual, when you fail to play the role of a parent, when you ought to play the role of a parent, when you miss it, it's going to go round. And you should be ready to receive it as well. Just the way you sow the seed to your parents, the same seed is coming to you. That is the more reason why I told you it's a two-way thing. We're going to be seeing it in two different dimensions. But like I always do here, I'm grateful, I'm graceful, and I am thankful to God for all He has done in my life. That's the more reason why I want you to understand, I want you to get a glass of water, because I'm going to be dividing it into different dimensions. Our parents, our kids, we're going to be putting it into two ways for you to understand that someday, somehow, even if you are not a parent now, you are going to become one. You must get this understanding so that you can be able to know what is right and what to do when that time is ripe. Or even now, there are things you ought to be doing as a young woman, as a young man. So let's not waste much time. Let's just dive into the first dimension of parental care. The first dimension that I'm going to be deliberating on is you as a young woman, as a young man, that have the father and your mother, they are still very much alive. Your duty towards them, your responsibility as a child towards your parents, and your responsibility towards your children. You have a one now or you don't have a child. Your responsibility as a parent, as a child that have parents. So now let's go into the first set I'm going to be talking about. You as a young woman, as a young man, you are father and mother. Your duty as a child towards your parents is something that most of us that are in Europe, or those that are still in Africa with their parents, something we must learn to do before having children or when we start having kids. We must take it as a responsibility to take care of our parents. When I mean taking care of our parents, it's not all about giving them money. We must take care of them physically. We must give them love. We must take care of them financially. We must take care of them in their spiritual life. We must learn to take care of our parents because they gave birth to us. They raised us up. Maybe in one way or the other, our parents, they failed us as children. But let me tell you something. There are things we must learn to do, because someday, somehow, I've come to understand that when we fail our responsibility as children to take care of our parents, is a bond, is a circle. It comes back to us someday, somehow. Why? Because every parent deserves love. Every parent deserves care from their children. Every parent deserves attention from their children. No matter how many times our parents will fail us. I want to talk to you out there. You that young man, you that young woman. Something might have happened in your life between you and your parent. A young woman, a young man. I want to encourage you today that you must reframe your mind. I'm telling you from experience, and I am telling you because the Bible make it clear to us. It said we should honor our father and our mother so that our days will be long on earth. God is a God of standard. God is a God that does not break his rules. It does not change his word. His word are strong and is forever. The Bible makes us to understand. It says, heaven and earth shall pass away, but not even the dot of the word of God will return to God without being accomplished. That's the more reason why I'm bringing this topic today. Because the more we begin to grow older daily, we begin to understand the mystery about life. And I want you to know something, that it is our responsibility to do the right thing and leave God to our parents. Remember, the Bible also makes it clear to our parents that parents, do not provoke your children to anger. Do you see it's a balanced diet? That is the more reason why I'm talking to us as parents, as a young man, as a young woman, as a child, whosoever it may concern. This message is for every one of us out there. Many of us has missed it, and many of us are begin to understand the mystery behind parental care. As a young woman it is my responsibility to start catering for my parents. No matter the error or no matter what they might have done to me, it is my responsibility to play the role of a good child to my parents, because it is a command from God, and it is my responsibility to do it right. Do you know why? Because someday, somehow, my children are going to grow up, and I desire for them to do same to me. That is why I told you that it is two different dimensions. I am going to be analyzing it today. Now I'm talking to our parents. It is our responsibility as parents to take care of our children. It is our responsibility to make sure we do it right to them. It is our responsibility to make sure our children enjoy their parents. It is our responsibility to be there for them at every given opportunity when they are young. It is our responsibility to make sure they are very okay. 24 hours of the day, we should make sure that we are there for them to bring them up in the ways of God. We should train them, love them, nurture them, correct them, chastise them to become the child that God expects us to raise. That is number one. As a parent, your responsibility is for you to bring up that child in the fear of God. It is your responsibility to love that child, to raise that child as a godly child. Take care of the child. Be there for the child. In academically, be there for the child. In every area of life, train them up in the fear of God. Raise them up for them to grow up tomorrow to take care of you. Many parents has failed. A lot of our parents failed this responsibility. But do you know something? As a young woman, I am. And you watching me as a young man, you may be out there. Don't look at the mistake of your parents to treat them. Because someday, somehow, you're going to grow up and have children, and you expect your child to train you up to take care of you when you begin to grow old, when age begin to come. It is your responsibility. There is something we all desire as a parents. We are longing for it that someday our children will grow up and to nurture us again the way we have nurtured them. But we know so many parents are always concerned about the money their children should be giving to them. I'm not focusing on the money, but I'm telling you, as a young man, as a young woman, our responsibility towards our parents is to cater for them, is to love them, is to be there for them, is to show them love unconditionally. Because there is something I come to understand as a young woman. There are times we don't sleep at night to raise our children. You, that young man out there, you, that young woman out there, if you can imagine the time you are taking to raise your little kids, growing them up, the stress, the pain, you don't even have time for yourself. You took our time to raise them up to a level before they begin to do things on their own. And when they start doing things on their own, you don't still leave them alone. You keep watching them. You keep taking care of them. Even till they grow old, you are still there, having the mind that your children should be okay. But a lot of us young teenagers, young mothers, young fathers, because of the errors of our parents, we say, oh, our parents did this to us. Our mother did this to us. Our dad did this to us. We not turn our back against them. But I want to tell you today that it is time for us to reframe ourselves and start taking care of our parents. If you have one that is still alive, I want you to forget about whatever your dad or your mom might have done to you. Because someday, somehow, you're going to have a child. You will raise them up. Do you know the most difficult time of a parent raising up a child? It is when they are young. It is when they are young. When you just give birth to a child, you have to bath them. You have to feed them. You have to make sure they sleep well. Likewise to myself talking to you. There will be a time they will grow up. They no longer need that attention from you. They begin to do those things themselves. The bath you were bathing them when they were young, they will go to a certain stage. They do not need it from you. They want to do it themselves. There are times you desire to do it for them, but they will say, no, mom, I want to take my bath myself. I want to dish my food myself. I want to go to school myself. I want to do my things myself. You will be longing to do it for them. but then they have outgrown that stage that you were doing it for them. And they will still go to another stage that you will be longing for them to be there for you. They might not be there for you. Do you know something? It will break your heart as a father, as a mother, that a lot of our parents today back home are suffering for this thing I'm talking about. A lot of children are overseas. They will say, over my dead body, I will not give my parents money. I gave my father money to do this. My father ate my money. Children are not angry towards parents. But I want to tell you something today. Money are temporal. Properties are temporal. Everything in this world, remember, the Bible said something. Vanity upon vanity, it is vanity. But today I want to reframe your mind to something. You that young man out there watching this video, you that young woman out there watching this video, this video is a mind-changing video. I want you to think in a different dimension. I want you to get the message from this video today that it is time for we to start taking care of our parents. Parental care. Because whatever you do to your parents, no matter how rich you are, no matter you may have all the money in the world, but there are times when you need the love of your children, the children you have taken time to raise, and there are times you need their love and they don't give it to you. It's worse than someone that has been caught with a knife. That's the more reason why I want you to know something as a young woman, as a young man, no matter what your parents might have done to you, I want you to rethink that it is time for you to start catering for your parents. Don't look at their shortcomings, because someday your kids will grow up and they will begin to see your little error that you are seeing in the life of your dad, in the life of your mom, that makes you to say, oh, they've eaten my money. They never stood for me when I needed them most. They never took care of me the way I wanted. They were never there for me. Hello. The Bible said, parents, they should not provoke their children to anger. That is the word of God. And the Father, and God also said, children, honor your father and your mother so that your days may be long on earth. So the only way we can honor our parents is to always take care of them. No matter what they will do to us, it is our responsibility to play the role of a good child. A lot of us has vowed not to take care of our parents. And I've seen a lot of children that they say, I wish I have father. I wish I have mother. I would have done this. I would have done that. But they don't have ni father ni mother to take care of. You that have the privilege, you have father and mother. Forget about what your parents might have done to you. Forget about the errors they might have made in the past. Your duty is to play the role of a good child. Your duty is to take care of them. Your duty is to be there and love and nurture them. Because someday, somehow, you will have children and you desire your kids to love and nurture you. It may not be money, you might be so wealthy, but let me tell you something. When the love of your children, after raising them, after using all the time in this world to raise them up, and when you need the love of your children, you don't have it. It kills. It breaks the heart of parents. That is the more reason why I want to encourage you today. Look at it in the two dimensions. If your father fails, it's responsibility. But you should not fail your responsibility to take care of them. Because someday, somehow, you will have your own children and you will desire your children should love you and should nurture you. When you have this mindset, you will reframe. You will begin to see reasons to take care of your parents. You begin to see reason to take care of your children in the right dimension. A lot of parents don't even care. A lot of fathers don't even know how many kids they have. A lot of mothers don't even have time for their children. But I want to tell you, balance your life. Take care of your kids. Whatever you do to them tomorrow, it comes back to you. And to your parents, whatever you do to them today, it will come back to you. It's a circle. If your father fails, don't be the child that will fail the way your father failed. Do your best because of your seed, because of your tomorrow. Don't pay them with their error. Rather, do it right for them so that God will help your children to grow up and to nurture you. So this is my little way I want to encourage you today, that we should learn as parents to take care of our children in the ways of God and to raise them up for a better tomorrow. And as well, we should learn to take care of our parents, because whatever we do to them today is going to come back to us tomorrow. So this is my little talk today, parental care in 2 dimensions. Take care of your parents, take care of your children in the right form, in the right dimension, so that tomorrow they will grow up to take care of you. And as you do that, God will bless you. I hope you get a message from this talk today. I love you. Gracefully, Ade. I will see you on my next video. Bye, and God bless you. Bye.